Throughout the years of Yu-Gi-Oh, there has always been an established meta. And that meta goes on to influence what people typically play at the larger events. But what if you took a list of every deck from the September 2011 meta, randomized them, and put them into their own single elimination bracket tournament, allowing for exactly one of every different type of deck to be represented? In this series, Joe and I will be playing out a full single elimination bracket tournament. Each week, Joe and I will be playing a different deck, and whatever deck wins will move on, and whatever deck loses will be eliminated. The goal of this series is to see if the traditional meta will reign supreme, or if a new champion will be crowned. Be prepared for jank winning, meta losing, and for the format as we know it to be turned upside down. Welcome to the Tournament of Tournaments.
All right, today I'm taking a look at a deck piloted by Hime and Darksai, I believe the names are. They won a Tengu Mania in the Discord, so a cool deck that's put up some results against modernized versions of Tengu plant format decks. It's a deck that's called Falcon Punch. It utilizes Mist Valley Falcon's unique effect of requiring you to return a card you control to hand in order to attack. 2000 attack, nothing to laugh at, but by utilizing cards like Fiendish Chain, Limit Reverse, Call the Haunted especially, you can actually do some interesting things where you always float Call the Haunted or Limit Reverse, usually floating on the field because you've detached a Sangan from a Tour Guide into a Leviathan, or perhaps you've recovered a Dark Spear Dragon, the Dark Spear Dragoonity Dark Spear, and made it such that you had to Call the Haunted or Limit Reverse floating, and then by utilizing whether it's the actual Mist Valley Thunderlord Synchro Monster or Mist Valley Falcon with your battle phase, you can actually just constantly recur your continuous spell of traps, Fiendish Chain giving you negations, Limit Reverse and Call the Haunted, allowing you to revive specifically Sangan, sometimes Card Trooper if you need it, but Sangan, and then in doing so, when you bounce the Call the Haunted or the Limit Reverse to your hand, the Sangan dies, and it lets you tutor out a hand trap. This deck has a DD Crow, Effect Veiler, Maxi, and then additional copies of all the three in the side deck, so this deck oftentimes tries to tutor out exactly the hand trap it needs at any given moment. So it's a really cool deck. We'll see how it goes.
Ooh, we get to play Infernity today, and let me tell you, me and Joe are kind of going back and forth on what decks we should play. He's not really super familiar with either of these decks as far as the 2011 combos, as well as, Falcon Punch is kind of a newer deck. So we weren't really sure what to do. But then when Joe said, I think I'm kind of familiar with Infernity, that's when I was like, all right, I need to play Infernity. Because this deck, honestly, is probably one of the most difficult decks to pilot. And if you don't know the combos, it can be really, really tricky. This is actually Slash Gaming or Hydro Pump's build. He's in our Tengu Plant Discord. He did a video talking about it where this build is basically designed to just set up a really sick, nasty combo, basically turn two. The goal is to just turbo out, filling your graveyard with Avenger, Necromancer, and Archfiend, and it's optimized to where Avenger is literally your only tuner, and it's honestly the only tuner you need. And once you resolve a Mirage or a Launcher, you get to combo off and basically end on a board of Infernity Doom Dragon, a Bryanak, and then I think it's Necromancer, Archfiend with triple barrier and a break set, which is kind of absurd. You basically just kind of loop and pop off. This deck's downfall is from the fact that it's completely walled off by a lot of cards like Thunder King, and also since it's built to be so consistent, it also runs into the problem of it's not main decking MST. So if your opponent flips a skill drain outside of seeing your one of Infernity break, you probably just lose. So we saw that in my my video where we did the remote dual local and I played this deck. We got walled a bit. But the other cool gimmick to this is after game two, when your opponent's siding in the DD Crows, the Maxis, the Veilers, they're typically, your basic response is you just side out anything that relies on the graveyard. So you get rid of your 1-for-1, you get rid of your Monster Reborn, your Dark Refer, your Armageddon, all of your Infernos, anything that like sets up the grave or relies on the grave, you just side it all out, and then you side into an Infernity randomizer control, which basically says, this card says if you have no cards in your hand, just draw a card, reveal it. If it's a monster, you burn your opponent. If it's a spell or trap, you take 500. So you're essentially just paying 500 to draw a spell or trap. So you're just infinitely generating advantage. And when you have cards like Offerings to the Doom to deal with their Thunder Kings or whatever boss monsters they put on the board, you're just constantly dealing with your opponent's monsters while slowly generating a ton of advantage. The nice thing about it is it's an Infernity, so you can bring it back with your Necromancers, so you can kind of leave these in. It also, you can put it in attack position, and it applies barrier. And yeah, you can like even go as far as summoning off of Reinforced Truth, and it's also a warrior, so you can search it off of Reinforcement of the Army. So it has a lot of really neat synergies when you put it in. So I'm excited to kind of showcase this and put this out there. So, without any further ado, we'll hop into those games. All right, Tournament of Tournaments, episode 27. Busting out the Infernity, but neither of these decks are really mine or from the website. We got Slash Gaming Infernities. He did a cover of like his build for this. I wanted to try it out for this video. And then we have Himne and Dark Signers Falcon Punch, which is its own breed of a deck. Joe, yeah, I don't think you've got a lot of experience with it, but how you feel about it? What do you think it looks?
We're gonna see what happens. I've seen Falco decks before. This one's pretty interesting in what it's trying to do, and I'll give it my best shot. But I picked paper.
Okay. What, did I win last week? No, you won.
I think
you won. You won with dragons. Nice. Okay, so I gotta go first, which is actually really ideal for Infernity since I'm trying to get that combo.
Yeah.
Because this deck does not play through interruptions very well. All right, we'll go standby main. We'll start with the Pot of Duality. Dear God.
Inferno.
Honestly, I think it's just Upstart. And we're gonna fire that off.
So you must already have like Greffer and Armageddon Knight or whatever ditch effects you have. The other card is Barrier, right?
Yeah. I'll set 2 and pass.
Unless your version plays multiple copies of Inferno. Priority?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, no Heavy Storm, I guess.
We'll banish that as well. That seems pretty good for me.
Deep Prison, huh. Interesting card. Definitely wasn't expecting that out of Infernities. Huh.
You got some options? Fiendish Shade.
Yeah, I guess I need some resistance to just getting killed next turn.
All right. I'll draw. Okay, that's decent. I will activate Infernity Inferno.
Resolves.
Pitching Necromancer and my Call of the Haunted to...
Oh, if you're ditching Call of the Haunted, I'm not in good shape.
To pitch Archfiend and Avenger. I will set 2 cards. Normal summon Mirage and declare priority.
Sure.
Alright, sick. I'm gonna special summon Necromancer and special summon Archfiend and declare Archfiend's effect.
Sure.
I will add I'll grab a Necromancer.
So you already have launcher?
I will activate launcher and pitch the necromancer.
Yeah.
I'll then declare the effect of my necromancer to special summon Avenger.
Yep.
I will synchro for 8 without any fear of the fiendish chain. I'll special summon 100 Eyes Dragon. And I'll declare his effect.
Is it a cost? Okay. I will. I don't think there's a way I win, so I'm just gonna do this so that.
Okay, so yeah,
I think it's better to do it this way.
Yeah, on the effect to be.
You don't get the.
Because I can't tribute for cost now. Yeah.
Yeah, because its effect's negated in response.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can just use launcher now.
Yes, this I know.
We'll special summon both of these guys. Response.
No.
Effect of this necromancer to special summon Archfiend.
Yeah.
Archfiend's effect.
Yeah.
I will search a barrier.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah. Once this.
I don't think there was any point to Fiendish Chain.
Well.
Any spot in that.
I don't think that I could play through pretty much anything outside of maybe Torrential. Like, I don't know what that other back row was.
No.
But.
Like, if that wasn't Reborn, like, I don't think there was a point to Fiendish Chain that saves me. Because you always have, like, multiple extenders.
The only thing
like one extender
I
path.
could think of would be on the overlay to get this back.
Of the Levier?
Yeah.
Maybe. I guess that probably could have been better.
Yeah, because then I don't get the Mirage effect. I would have been forced to, like, Reborn. I think I end on an awkward board if you hit Levier.
But it's like this. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe just on the Bryanak is actually probably the right spot.
Oh, true, to on the Levier bounce.
Yeah. See, I was thinking, my mind is like against old Infernities, where I'm like, oh, he only has one level 8 left, and then you're like, oh no, Levier exists. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is an updated version of Infernities relative to
the 2011. Yeah, this was like only really playable in 2011, which is it's a really cool version. Like the combo's sick. Like it just so the viewers know, I would have ended up searching like 3 barrier and ended on probably like Bryanak, Doom Dragon, and I think it's like Necromancer with like Archfiend or something like that. And yeah, and like 3 barrier and break, which is nuts. But yeah, that's pretty much game once that happens. All right, we'll go to game 2.
I definitely wait for the Bryanak. That is definitely where I Fiendish Chain with just one interruption. I still don't think I win.
Yeah, it's still hard. I'd get so much out of it is the issue.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Effect is fine.
Go.
Draw. Standby main phase. I am going to normal summon Necromancer and put it to defense.
Sure.
I will activate Upstart.
I accept.
Nice. I will set 2 cards and pass to you.
Summon.
Summon is fine.
Effect.
Yeah.
Attack.
I will Offerings to the Doomed.
Sure. Go ahead.
I get no draw. We'll go standby main. I'm gonna set 2 cards. Normal summon randomizer and declare priority.
On the randomizer.
No. All right. Yeah, I'll pass.
Go ahead.
I will activate duality. That's a pretty good top deck. Ooh. I'm gonna take that MST. We're gonna fire the MST on the Fiendish Chain. Attempt randomizer a second time.
Yep.
Alright, I get the card. And that means I take 500. Battle phase, attack for 900. Main 2, I'll set a mystery card and pass. Interesting. Draw. Set 1. Declare randomizer.
Yep.
I'll take it. Attack for 9. Go ahead. Duality's fun. That dark arm looking kind of scary though.
I think that was a mistake. I'm gonna take the dark.
Yeah,
arm.
that's fine.
I promise that was
Yeah,
pure iron.
I believe you.
All right, go ahead.
I'll draw. Well, oh, I'll MST this one.
Sure.
I'll set a card. Attack for 900.
Yep.
I have too many cards, Joe.
What can I say?
The 900 beatdown's pretty real, though.
All right, good.
900.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
$900.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Summon.
Ooh.
Effect.
Effect is fine.
How we doing?
Doing good, you know.
Attack this thing.
I'll take 100.
Cool. Main phase 2. Overlay.
Interesting.
Levy. Iathan Dragon.
Oh, you have this card.
To
Second one. I didn't know. Huh. Yeah.
Solemn Warning.
No, summon's fine.
Detach.
Yeah.
Go.
Draw. Well, I'm gonna offerings this thing.
Sure.
I will then activate Pot of Duality. Interesting. Do I just... I don't think I'd just take another randomizer, right? Doesn't make any sense. I will take the Dimensional Prison.
Yep.
I will set one card and pass.
That one.
Not the warning.
Sangan.
Oh, very interesting. Sangan is fine. I do have the second warning.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, I don't draw this turn. During your end phase, I'm gonna reinforce truth. Special.
Maxi.
Sure. Okay. So I do not draw. I will activate randomizer.
Yep. Sure.
Ooh, you take damage this time.
What do I take? 800 or something?
You take 200 per level, so 800. Not
Okay.
bad. All right. I guess I'll normal summon him.
Sure.
And I'll attempt Necromancer's effect to special summon this randomizer.
I will do this.
Warning. Sure. Huh. Interesting. Is this not just like game? No, it's... yeah, I'm going to activate launcher. Okay, see, space the launcher. But wait, that's still just game, no? 800 and then 900? Am I doing math wrong?
Oh, I definitely did math wrong there. Whoops.
Battle phase? I don't know if there's anything you could search.
No. I have all of them in my hand.
Oh, wow. Crow, Maxi, Baylor. Yeah, see, you...
I had like Crow, Maxi, Valor for the longest time in my hand.
Yeah, well, see, that's the whole thing. That's the whole gimmick of this deck, is the game one, you do combo, and then you basically full board out into the, like, randomizer control, which means you take out all, like, I sided out, like, Monster Reborn. Like, the only one you leave in is, like, Launcher, because it's, like, a searchable Reborn 2, right? But yeah, it's basically like everything goes out. You run a lot of these guys. You run the randomizers, and yeah, it's just strictly control based. Like, this was my whole back row, and you just kind of sit on it and do nothing. And randomly, I actually like the randomizer control better than the actual combo version because the combo's so fragile. But yeah, this was the downfall. Is if you don't know that I'm doing this, then all these cards are just like really dead, like the Maxi, Valor, Crow.
Yeah. We usually have each other's deck list, and for this one, we didn't. This had existed during Infernity, but yeah, it's kind of hard because it's like do you always side it in? Do I just not side in these cards? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because cards like Deep Prison are just not very good in general. So Deep Prison and Mirror Force, to me, are auto sides out. So is Dark Hole. Those are a lot of cards that just have to come out in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think they're very good.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky, and especially with the, like, I personally don't know how to use Himne's side deck. That was like his side for that tournament, and so like I don't know like how he approached using it. But yeah, it is a bit sad we got the Swift 2-0 because we didn't really get to see a lot of the gimmicks of the Falcon Punch deck. Because, yeah, we really didn't get to exploit any of the Call of the Haunteds or anything. But that's kind of the nature of, if I was able to combo off game one, that's how it be. And then when you just drew all your side cards, which in this case was actually a big negative for you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Happens.
All right, well, you know, we got Infernity advancing on. That's kind of hype, you know. I'm excited to see more of this deck. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Tournament of Tournaments. As a reminder, we release new episodes of the series every single Friday, so make sure you guys are subscribed, not only to me, but also to Joe, to, you know, have those notifications on so you can know when we release the new episodes, and also to support us with this series. Definitely enjoy putting it out for you. So, yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you guys have a great time doing today.